Nonetheless, the Valar did not discover all the mighty vaults and caverns hidden with deceit, far under the fortresses of Angband and Utumno. Many evil things still lingered there, and others were dispersed and fled into the dark, and roamed in the waste places of the world, awaiting a more evil hour. And Sauron they did not find. Hey everyone, Yoiston here. I hope you are all having a great December so far. According to the Twitter and Facebook polls from last week, you all have voted for me to cover Utumno and Angband in a video. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Utumno and Angband were the ancient fortresses of Melkor during the elder days of Arda. With his subterranean fortresses along the Iron Mountains, Melkor would create the most demonic and perverted creatures to ever walk Middle-earth in these unnaturally cold lands. Utumno was built after Melkor's return from the void beyond the world, when he suffered his first defeat from the Valar after they had built the world. He created Utumno in 3400 of the Valinor years, and it was meant to be a hellish underworld, as it was built underground with many tunnels and fires spreading from the northlands of Beleriand. Melkor built his fortress this way as to hide him from the Valar who he feared. From his fortress, Melkor plotted to destroy the two lamps of the Valar that lit the world. I'll leave a video in the description where I discuss this topic more. Then, after the two lamps of the world were destroyed, the Valar left Middle-earth and went west, leaving Melkor to his designs in Utumno. This would allow him to expand his power, and so, during the Years of the Trees, Melkor captured some of the newly awakened elves and brought them to this fortress and corrupted them, turning them into orcs. In this underworld, Melkor would create the trolls in mockery of the Ents as well. This underworld was truly a place of horrors, so much so that it was called Adun, which is Sindarin for underworld, or hell. Thus, when Gandalf calls Durin's Bane the Flame of Udun, this is the Udun in which he refers to. Utumno is the closest visualization of hell in Tolkien's works, as demons, creatures of shadow, orcs, and trolls walked this place. After Melkor began corrupting the elves, the Valar discovered this fortress and knew it had to be destroyed, and Melkor must be made to pay for his crimes. Thus, they leveled Angband in the west and completely destroyed Utumno in 1099 of the Years of the Trees. This act was done solely for the sake of the elves, and so Melkor was captured, and he was never able to reside in Utumno again, as the destruction was so complete. However, Melkor was not left without a fortress. Before its destruction during the Battle of the Powers, Angband served as a guard to a possible attack by the Valar. While Melkor was in Utumno, however, the Dark Lord's greatest lieutenant, Sauron, ruled the fortress of Angband. When the Valar pursued Melkor in 1099 of the Years of the Trees, they easily leveled Angband, and their ignorance of Angband would allow Sauron to escape justice. This wouldn't be for the first time nor the last. And Melkor was able to rebuild there in years hence. In Melkor's absence, his evil forces that remained would continue to dwell in the ruins of Angband, awaiting the Dark Lord's return. After centuries of imprisonment, Melkor was put on patrol by the Valar, and the Dark Lord used this opportunity to destroy the two trees of Valinor, take the three Silmarils that were made out of pure light, and return to Angband to rebuild his iron prison. Melkor's Balrogs, who had laid dormant under Angband, even aided the Dark Lord in his conflict with Ungoliant concerning the Silmarils. As Angband had a good geographical position, it was partially protected by the Iron Mountains around it. So, Melkor furthered his geographical strategy by creating the three artificial volcanic mountains to the south of the fortress, named Thangorodrim. These peaks are infamous for being the location where Melkor would chain Maedhros after capturing the elf. Under these peaks, Melkor built a tunnel to move his forces in and out of the Iron Prison. Far beneath the Iron Mountains sat Melkor's throne, where the Dark Lord would reside during the First Age and the wars that came. Beren and Luthien would sneak into this fortress to steal one Silmaril during their adventures together, because even though this land is perilous, their love for one another prevailed over Melkor's evil, Angband itself was besieged by the free peoples of Beleriand before 455 of the First Age, but Melkor built his forces and released his armies upon the world in Dagor Bragollach, or the Battle of the Sudden Flame, killing Fingolfin in a duel near the Thangorodrim. Had it not been for the Valar's intervention on the behalf of the Noldor during the First Age, Melkor might have lived here for many long ages, ruling over Beleriand. But luckily for the free peoples, the Valar did intervene, and in doing so, they brought about the ruin of the Dark Lord. In Eärendil's battle with Ancalagon the Black, the towers of Thangorodrim were broken, leaving Angband to be leveled and fully destroyed by the Valar. Melkor, or Morgoth as he had also been named at this point, was imprisoned beyond the walls of night forever. The land that was once Angband was broken, but its unnatural cold remained, and left a legacy with Forukel the Ice Bay in the north part of Middle-earth. Thus, no fortress would ever be so cruel or evil as those that had come under Melkor's reign. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this history on Melkor's fortresses in the First Age. I would like to thank Jake from Facebook for the recommendation for this video. Thank you very much, sir. Please let me know your thoughts on these fortresses down below, and also let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this that focus on specific areas and their brief histories. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and share this video with someone who you think might appreciate it. If you'd like to contact me more directly, please join us on Facebook and Twitter through the links in the description below, and subscribe to join the Men of the West and all of the free peoples today. I'll see you all next weekend with a Sauron Epic Character History video, so please look forward to that. Thank you all so much for joining me on this adventure. Until the next one, my friends.